St. Lucia, island of the west, land of breeze, my literature blessed, steeds rising from the sea, and valleys spreading verdantly, majestic Peter's of us praise, St. Lucia, land of beauty seas.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Policy, and today I am here to talk to you about the way we use and develop our land. The term land can mean many different things to different people, or to the same person mean different things in different contexts. For example, the term land can be used to mean a basic resource, such as the place to put a house, a farm, or a school. The term land can mean a national symbol, such as St. Lucia is the land of my birth. The term land can mean a spiritual symbol. For example, Jerusalem is the land of the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims. The term land can mean a personal resource. This is my land, not yours. Please go away. The term land can mean a communal resource, such as the beach is ours, and we can all bathe on the beach. The term land can mean a global resource. The Arctic and Antarctic ice sheets and the land of the Amazon forest are essential to our world climate. So you see, the word land can mean different things. However, in the National Land Policy, the term land is used to refer to the terrestrial and marine environment, as well as the air and spaces underground. I would also like to guide you that the ownership of land carries what we call 3 R's in land management: rights, responsibilities, and restrictions. Your rights to sell, mortgage, give away, and otherwise dispose of the land. You also have responsibilities to ensure that your land is not used illegally or is a nuisance to your neighbors. You also have restrictions that the state may impose on land use, such as planning and environmental restrictions. So in effect, land is a complex concept that we need to first understand and then use the land appropriately.
It's the land, the land, the land. Cause anyhow you check it, eat food raw or open the can, it's from the land you get it. You paper and pencil, pot and pan, calabash, coal pot, anything you got is from the land you make it.
It's from the land we take it. It's the land, we land, the land.
We can't live in the sea. That's for fish, not for we.
We can't live in the air. We ain't put nothing there.
We don't have wing or scale. We ain't monkey or whale.
We is woman and man. We must live on the land.
So if that is the case, how come in this place you find people who roam, who ain't have no home, with nothing to give and nowhere to live, who sleep under truck, under tree? Yet it's people like you and like me. Go ask them why. You go hear them cry.
It's no land, no land, no land.
But really, I don't understand. Look it there. It's all on the ground. But I notice big people, let's say, that big piece for that man there, and this other piece for that man there. But really, I don't understand.
And it have a lot of sign that says trespassers will be prosecuted by some fellow who call himself order, who have learned from border to border. All that is bad enough, I find. But at least he could have another sign. All the hungry must be fed. Because if you stay hungry, next thing you dead. And no man want to lay down and die. Rich man, poor man, you or I. Now I want you to tell me, and don't tell me no lie. If order can have land, then why can't I?
It ain't he land, or she land, or me land. Is we land, is we land, is we land.
Cause anywhere you stand is we great.
Great,
Great, great,
Great grand.
black woman and man. Strong, proud African, who plant it and reap it, but they couldn't keep it.
And now the bones in the ground that we're walking on, all the sweat and the toil, going down deep in the soil.
we can't leave that for order. That's like selling we mother.
So
we have to demand that he share out the land. Otherwise, it will be all for him and none for we. Pali the buta peya, pali the buta peya, pali the buta peya.
And that is trouble, you see? I would like to invite you to sit back, relax, and take in some of the issues of landless persons, those we call squatters.
This morning I wake up with one thing on my mind. Naki Te Albert. 10 years I with Albert. Albert give me 10 children. Albert never give me anything. That stove, that fridge, everything that hair, that TV. Me that pay for everything that's in that house. Albert want to beat me when he see me go out. You see today, I taking all my children and I leave it. Everybody, you see there? Your father that do me that last night. Yes! So all of y'all just pack your bags. Everybody pack your bags. Let's go. We are getting out of here. Miss Mary give me a little piece of land. She told me to build something on it. It's not big. But that's where we are for now. Okay? Everybody come, let's go, let's go. Pack your bags, let's go. Come on, walk, walk, walk. That's where we are for now. Lie down there. Good. It's not a big place, but it's good for now. You want to poop? Go by the river there. Go there, go there. Stay there. Lie down there. Good.
I gave Dave one thing on my mind. Is to stop sleeping eye on that cardboard. But my uncle had told me if I didn't anything, I could have check him. Yeah, John, what are you saying, yes, sir? Yeah, hey, you have 5 coins. I'll make a phone call. Yeah, alright. And tell the fellas next week I have a vibe for them. Yeah? Alright, cool. Call my uncle. Hey, uncle. Hey, how you? Yeah, I'm alright. No, what I had called you for was I wanted to build a house. Yeah, I have the land already, it's mine. Yeah, I have the piece of it, yeah. But what I want is $4,500. But anything you have, just, yeah. $4,500 or anything you have. Yeah? Alright, Western Union. I'll go there now and pick it up. Alright, thanks, yeah. Good afternoon, Western Union. Good afternoon. I came to pick up some money. Yeah, my ID card. Yeah, thank you. $4,500. Yeah, I have to go. I have to buy blocks, cement, thing. I'm gonna clean my land, man. Yeah, fellas, now we're gonna clean the land. Now we go. Yeah. No, don't get that coconut tree. Leave that one. That mango tree there, that one there, leave it too. But everything on stick. Yeah, cut everything. You see the bush there? Cut that too, Gassa. That peg there, take it out. Yeah. No. Not close to the drain. No. Hello? Yeah. Alright. You see my neighbor? Yeah. So close to the drain. That's my side there. Yeah. Take out everything. Take it out. Oh, what are you doing? Take out everything, guys. Clean it up. Yes. Clean everything. Messi, let me go down and check for the materials. Let me go, Messi. Let me go.
Ouais. Jodia, c'est une belle journée. Je vais planter whole plantation. Eh, vous faites qu'elle est ici à madame là? Morning. Jodi a plante da Chine a plante tout bagay. When he play him tout bagay because Minister of Agriculture dit pour planter. Chote a c'est terre dans mettre à terre hodi. Na travail ouais pour la ça bien vivre. Eh. Qui moun qui fait ça monsieur? Qui moun qui sait pécher de moi monsieur? Qui moun qui monsieur qui moun qui fait ça? Non, ça bagay ça pas aller bien. Moun la haché da Chine moi, moun la couper pied bois. Mais c'est qui moun qui fait ça? Hello. My lady qui moun qui fait ça?
Some boy I see that come and do that there.
Où est bah ça moun kay moi ici ou ça? Moun kay moi ici. Mon ka vieux planter jardin moi. Garçon ouais bah ça pète ou achète tout bagay. Mon ka vieux planter jardin moi. Mon ka vieux planter jardin moi. Mon ka vieux planter jardin moi garçon. Bah ça pas aller comme ça. Ça pas aller comme ça. Ouais.
Hey! What are you doing, my land? I cleaned my land already. What you doing there?
Garçon, who qui fait ça ici, garçon?
I cleaned the land to build my house. What you doing there?
Garçon, who qui finit à chercher des mots? C'est ton frère.
But is mine not there?
Ça c'est ton frère.
Yes, it's good to be my grandmother.
Grand-maman, garçon, c'est ton gouvernement, ça frère. Moi, 20 years, moi, ici, ça frère.
You have papers for it?
Bon, vous même des papiers.
I don't care what you say. Let's take your things and move on my land.
Garçon,
Move on my land, garçon. Move.
Garçon,
You look at us. I'll call the police for you.
Garçon, venez, garçon.
I'll call the police for you. Put it let's talk. Let's talk. Put it let's talk, come on.
Eh bien, on nous parle, garçon, après son frère.
So what are you saying now?
Garçon, moi, je sais pas mon frère.
Well, I didn't know.
Mon travail, ouais.
I didn't know there was somebody there. So what are we saying now?
Ouais, on est pour me dire, on nous couper, outiller, pec, là, on fait tout bagage.
Yeah, it does in my way because I want to, yeah, building everything nice.
Garçon, pas faire ça, frère. Mi bon nous ici, mi c'est bon moi. C'est bon moi. Vous n'est pour tout bout de la frère, pas venir bon côté moi.
So that's my side.
Oui, ça
I
est
did not know that. So what are we going to pass?
Mi chimère là.
Okay, I
Vous
didn't.
parlez pour bloc chimère, c'est chimère moi ici. Madame de l'autre side là, Miss Mary by your place pour mettre des cailles.
And other children pooping in the gutter.
C'est un bail la caca canal là.
Aye.
Bon, nous caille pour faire un point vite ba yo.
Okay.
Et vous même caille servi tout.
Right.
Vous comprenez?
Alright.
Mais pas venir jardin monsieur.
Alright, so I'll stay on my side. That's my side.
Oui,
I'll
that's
say
the
that.
side.
That's mine.
Ouais, frère.
Alright.
Et paye moi tel ça au frère garçon.
How much you want?
Bon, moi 5 so good.
That's too much. That's
Comment on
too
est?
much. 200.
Bon, moi.
Alright.
Ouais, un place au garçon.
Alright.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the issues of squatters can be complex and include the issues of environmental degradation, food security, and tenure concerns. The young lady squatting by the area next to the river is in a vulnerable position. Her family can be at risk from flooding, erosion, and landslides associated with storm events. The gentleman who has been in occupation of Crown lands for over 20 years has no security on the land. In fact, he is vulnerable to wanton destructions by persons who come in and wish to occupy areas that he is already in possession of. We also have a situation where a young man is prepared to indiscriminately destroy the watershed and food crops in order to provide himself with housing. These persons can get legal access to Crown property by approaching the Crown Lands Office on the issue, submitting an application, and awaiting a decision which will guide them as to the appropriate use of Crown property. In fact, persons are guided to approach the legal landowners in the event that you want to use land. Now, let's look at some of the issues of large landowners and developers.
Boy, the whole of last night I couldn't sleep. I'm remembering my land I have to develop. 4 years now I applied to the DCA. They call themselves the Development Control Authority. But I call them the Development Catchers Authority. 4 years now, they asked me for a plan. I gave them a plan. Now they tell me I need a town planner. What town planner? I live in the bush, I don't live in town. Okay, today I must develop my land. For sure. Yes, man. Last time I spoke to you, remember? Bring the tractor. Begin the road today from the government road onto my property. What? You afraid? Don't take nothing, man. Again, security for you. Copy. Yes, come, man. Come down. Stay by the road down there. Watch out for the police. If you see any policeman, call me. All right? But by the time the police reach there, my land will have a road on it. I have backup. Don't take nothing. Yes, madam. I know you want the land. You gave me your deposit about 2 years ago. But as I said, it's about 4 years now. I can't get my land developed. You will get 2,000 square feet. They say 3,000 the minimum. You will get 2,000. There's another guy out there who wants 1,000. He will get 1,000 square feet. Okay? Line up by a deal. Me say any test up long the table helicopter. Quand il veut à terre, pilon vers terre. Garçon back there, approche de paix. Il tombe dans tout la terre qui m'a eu boule terre pour pompe terre. Macabre boule terre hodia. Moi qu'a fait land development.
Good day, good morning, everybody. Oh, it's a beautiful day, won't you say? The name of the Lord be praised. Oh, somebody needs to say amen this morning. Somebody needs to give God praise because He's such a wonderful God. And great things He's doing for us, don't you think? God is an amazing God. And today we are to count our blessings. We are to give God praise because He's blessing the church. The church is blessing us. It's been blessed by God. And today we want to count the way God has been blessing the church. As you are aware, the church is a landowner. We have been blessed tremendously with properties all over the island. And quite recently, Dennery was blessed with 500 acres. And Viewport, somebody donated another 500 acres to Viewport. At Grosile, we were blessed with 1,300 acres. And so the church continues to grow in prosperity and blessings. You too, my friends, you too have been blessed by God. And God is blessing us. Now you may ask, what are we doing with all of those blessings, those lands? As you know, being a landowner and a property owner, we prepare for our young people. We build preschools. We prepare for our seniors as well, and every class of people. We take care of the hungry and the naked and the poor. We bless them. So God is in the blessing business. You will remember, you will know that old Mapor, her house was totally reconstructed by the church. And Mr. Blind, Mr. Joe, he was given a new edifice. So today, the call goes out to you to play a part. As you have been blessed, God is calling on you to pour out that blessing. And as I talked to some of you, you said that you have land and you're afraid because it's not been put into proper use. The children are becoming delinquent, you have left their agriculture, and that they want to plant marijuana. My friends, this is not good. So God is calling on you today to return them unto the Lord. Give it to the church. The church will bring it into good use. I remember Miss Jo says that she has 5 acres that she wants to give them to a church. So just maybe today, and God has said to me that you have it. Today, you want to say, you have 5, you have 10, you have 15. Oh, God will bless you. The more you give is the more you will receive. And oh, my friends, I must remind you that God is preparing mansions for us. Mansions in heaven. So we don't need to have anything on here. As we give to God, we prepare for ourselves mansion. So you will give today. As God bless you, thank you. We praise God. 5 acres, wonderful. Did you say 50? Oh, praise the Lord, wonderful. This is a day of rejoicing and praise. Hallelujah. Thank you. Praise the Lord. Continue to enjoy the service in the presence of the Lord. Amen.
Hello. Hi. Albert, how are you doing? I'm not well at all. I'm holding in my hand a stop notice from the DCA. Something about an EIA. I think it's SHIT. That is why I've paid your company that excessive amount of money to get those things sorted. Remember, I'm building the only turtle park and ride on the island. The only one. And in fact, by extension, the OECS. Get it sorted. Think about the re-election process. And of course, remember, creating employment for your people. Yes. Get it sorted, man. Get it sorted.
I wonder what Mama do with that money that I sent for her when I was in Trinidad. Up to now, I not yet see no land register. I ain't seen no plan, nothing. So what Mama do with that money? Let me go to Mama to find out what she do with my money while I... Mama! Mama! When I was in Trinidad, I'd sent some money for you to buy the land from the family for me. What you do with that money? So where my money? So where is the plan? Where everything? So up to now you not yet do nothing. The reason why they're giving you all that problems is because the land register is still on Heirs of Africa. It was supposed to be transferred to my name. The money I sent for you was for the lawyer to change the land register for me. Now you're telling me about... No, don't tell me nothing about this here. That Queen's Chain that there, you see that land that's incapacitated, that's prime land that's there, you know. No, leave me for this year. I will fix them, okay? I will deal with them. Let me go and find out what's going on with the land incapacitated. Hey, what's going on here? Who give you permission to do what you're doing here? Hello? Who give you permission? No. You see that land that is there? Yeah. That is prime land that is incapacitated there.
Continue
so I do not know who give you. You see that motel tree that is joining with that piece of... Who am I?
What are you doing on my property?
Who am I? Who are you?
This is my land.
This is not your land, because if you go to the land registry right now, you will find that this land is on Heirs of Africa, and I'm just in the process of putting it on my name.
All right.
So I do not know what you're talking about.
And of course you have documentation.
Yes, I have documentation to prove that.
Okay. How much do you want for it?
How much do I want for it? I don't want no money for it. I want my land for me to build my property.
I'll give you $500,000.
I do not want your peanuts for my land. I want my land to build my own property, my own hotel inside of it.
All right, $1 million US.
I do not want your money, young man. I want my land for me to build my own property.
All right, if that's how you're going to get on, and
yes.
have the government acquire that property for me.
No government is going to come in front of me and
okay.
tell me to give you my land. No government is going to do that. No government is going to do that. My own land incapacitated. You want my land to build your own hotel, and you'll have how much concessions getting? Nobody's going to do that today. Somebody will die here today.
In the case of the gentleman who wants to develop rural lands for housing purposes, he needs to understand that the process requires standards and the appropriate use of legal access to property. He has indicated that he wishes to develop lots of less than 3,000 square feet. That would not be allowed by the Development Control Authority in rural areas of undeveloped lands. The fact that he wants to develop 2,000 and 1,500 square feet areas is not appropriate. In fact, the minimum lot size for rural areas is approved at 3,000 square feet and above. He also has an issue where he has used an inappropriate person to develop the site plan, or what we call the subdivision plan. He has used a young man from secondary school level and not a land planner. The young man who saw an existing road determined that he would use this road as the access to the property. But that road was not a legal access and would not be approved by the DCA. So the gentleman has some redesigning to do in order to get approval from the Development Control Authority. We also have the situation where the church and other actors in local communities need to use integrated development to produce their land developments. This will allow for a national identity to be developed and not little Bosnias and the Gulf and Skull Mountains that we have in different areas. We need to have one national identity, and this would be facilitated by private-public partnerships to ensure that developments are to the appropriate standards and effective for use of the community. We also have the situation of the hotel developers where, one, the issue of the appropriate use of environmental impact assessments must be considered as appropriate. The gentleman, in one instance, insisted that he would not go that route. There is also the issue of family lands, which must also be considered. The young lady needs to understand that the rest of the family must be integrated into her development plans for them to buy into the process. Otherwise, her letters of administration and the trustees would not be forthcoming in helping her to approach the Development Control Authority for the appropriate approvals. Also, she touched on the issue of legal access to the Queen's Chain. Our legal precedents have set us on the course of understanding that the person who has land bounded to the Queen's Chain ought to get first right to a lease option of that Queen's Chain. We also have to consider how we use the Queen's Chain. The Queen's Chain is typically used under the regime called an emphyteutic lease, which allows for improvement of the property and at the end of the lease for the property to be returned to the state. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the issue of gouvernement. Incidentally, the government of St. Lucia, the state of St. Lucia, is the largest landowner in St. Lucia, owning roughly 35% of our terrestrial space. I would also like to guide you that our marine space is actually 19 times the size of our land space. So we must also be careful about how we use our marine environment for the benefit of all.
Yeah, what's up, man? Today you ready for the battle?
Yeah, man, we definitely are.
Fine. Didn't see you last night.
Oh, as usual, as my nocturnal perambulations.
All right.
Hey guys, good day,
Oh,
guys.
good day. How you doing?
How do you do?
Never met you before.
Yeah, well, I'm Lon Policy.
Oh, nice meeting you. Okay.
How are you, man? How are you,
Thank you.
Mr. Policy?
We've met
Of course,
before.
Mr. Policy. It's a pleasure having you today.
Of course.
All right, okay.
How do you do, my good sir?
Policy, you alright?
We've never met.
No, I meant to come and see you though.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, same here.
Well, I hope when you come to see me, we talk about things like equity and transparency, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Of
Definitely.
course.
Transparency.
And equity.
All right. Okay. All rise.
Good afternoon, Honorable House. This is a special sitting of our House to deal with issues of our land. Today is the 24th of September 2015. In our midst today, we have members of the North, South, and East constituency. Honorable member of the West constituency will not be present in our midst today. We have brought in Mr. Land Policy, who most of our ministers are familiar with, to shed some light on some of the issues facing our government today. Welcome, Mr. Land Policy. Do you have any opening remarks at this moment?
Good day to you, Madam Speaker. I would be pleased to make a brief opening remark.
Madam Speaker, members of Parliament, gallery, good day to you. Land is our most important resource. We are a small island. We don't have gold, oil, or other resources. So we need to use our land well. What I would say to you also is that our marine space is actually 19 times the size of our land space. So we need to ensure that we also use our marine space well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that if we adhere to our land policy, we will benefit not just ourselves, but the future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Land Policy. The floor is now open for any presentations at this moment. Member for North.
Madam Speaker, honorable members, invited guests, I bid you a good afternoon. Madam Speaker, I'd like to start my question today with a simple short phrase. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. Madam Speaker, we live in a small island where development is key, Madam Speaker. And of course, it is my duty to go out and find investors to develop our fair Helen, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, but we are faced with great problems, Madam Speaker, with regards to getting documents approved. Madam Speaker, we have stopped notices to the north of the island when it is brought to my attention that land was sold in the west of our fair Helen, Madam Speaker. Queen's Chain, Queen's Chain was sold in the west of the island. My question today is, why can't we purchase Queen's Chain in the north of the island? Thank you.
Thank you, Member for North. Mr. Land Policy.
Yes, I can address the issue, Madam Speaker. My good sir from the north and members of the gallery, what I would like to let you know is that the Queen's Chain is a gift to us from a king of the 17th century. It was given to us for use because the partisans of the time, the persons who lived on the land, didn't have access to land. So the carpenters, the fishermen, had somewhere that was given to them that they could use to get access to resources, to build houses, and to have a living. The Queen's Chain that the member is referring to was not sold by the state of St. Lucia. It was sold by the War Department of the United Kingdom and then resold for hotel use. So the state has not sold Queen's Chain for hotel use. It is true that the Queen's Chain has been sold. Some small pieces have been sold for residential use in a few parts of the island, but not for residential use. What we use in St. Lucia for hotel development of the Queen's Chain is something called a lease. You can lease the Queen's Chain from 9, 10, 15, 20, 50, 75, up to 99 years. But then at the end of that period, the land returns back to St. Lucia, so we can re-rent it and get a further income from it. But if we sold it, we would not be able to get an income the second time. Do you understand, my good sir, why we lease the Queen's Chain and not sell the Queen's Chain?
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Land Policy. Member for South.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it's a wonderful opportunity to stand in the Honorable House. And I rise, Madam Speaker, with much concern over what apparently seems to be doing good, but finds much opposition. As you are aware, Madam Speaker, one of the Millennium Goals is the total alleviation of poverty. And Madam Speaker, this administration is doing its best. One of the things that we're doing, Madam Speaker, is the creation of access so that the poor and indigent, the people in the community, can have proper access in and out of the communities which they live. By this, Madam Speaker, it will do away with the carrying of 2 pairs of shoes when people are going to church or to school, and so improve on the standard of living of persons in the community. And the South, the people in the South, they are rejoicing over it. But there's much opposition, Madam Speaker, when it comes to the Development Control Authority and other stakeholders. It seems to be putting a spokes in the wheel. I am happy today Mr. Policy, Mr. Land Policy will talk to us on this matter and to make this thing much clearer so that we can do better work in our community on this island. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Member for South. Mr. Land Policy, do you address that matter?
Again, for you, Madam Speaker, I can address the issue. My good sir, we've met on the issue before.
Yes, we have.
Gentle people, there are standards that we need to adhere to. the state requires footpaths of 10 feet. And unless you adhere to the standards, there will be problems. The 2 feet, 3 feet footpaths do not allow access for vehicles. So if someone is ill further up the road, there is no way the vehicle can reach there. That's one of the issues. Another issue is the issue of registration of the right-of-way. Remember, my good sir, when Mr. Paul blocked the road down there with his backhoe? He was legally right. There was no existing right-of-way.
Yeah, but
if it was registered.
But point of order, Madam Speaker. The registration aspect, it seemed to be taking much too long. There needs to be a place where we could go in and just do all of that. The folks are taking much too long with this, Madam Speaker, and this must be addressed.
Mr. Land Policy.
Again for you, Madam Speaker. My good sir, general people, although it is not part of the land policy, but the Ministry of Physical Development is going to put in place a one-stop shop of e-government where you can access all the land information on the ground floor of the ministry. This will allow persons to avoid the issue of having to go here, there, and over there to get all the information. One stop, one place, you can get all the information. That is the ministry's vision on the issue.
So on a point of clarification, Madam Speaker, Mr. Policy, what I'm understanding you to say is, it's all right for us to do it. Once we have proper registration of the property and the acceptable standards, it's fine. Is that what I'm hearing?
You've got it very correct, Member of the South.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Land Policy. Member for East.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Before I begin my presentation, I have a complaint. There are a preponderance of hooligans frequenting the vicinity of my ecological abode. These nincompoops are bent on nothing but unrelenting wanton rascality. The situation is not only untenable, but intolerable. It is imperative, therefore, that the police takes prophylactic action
Mr. Member of the
obviate
East, could you make your presentation,
a
please?
potential orgy of criminality. Now, I hope, Madam Speaker, that my complaint does not go into the abyss of oblivion. Now, Madam Speaker, you know our country depends on aid, trade, and investment for development. But there is always this misconception between development and progress. As you know, development is long-term change, construction of buildings, infrastructure. Progress means the people have to progress, not only economically, but socially and culturally as well. Now, in my constituency, there is a piece of land next to the parish. It's been lying fallow for a number of years, and I need to develop this place to build a multipurpose center and a multipurpose court. And we need to acquire this property. We need to acquire it, Madam Speaker, and there's no reason why we can't acquire this land.
Thank you, Member for East. Mr. Land Policy.
Again through you, Madam Speaker. My dear good sir from the East, development is something that is important to St. Lucia. I do agree. However, development must happen according to your resources. So we must use the appropriate land use plan to develop our land. It means that different activities will happen in different places. We have a land use, we have a multipurpose court over here, we have one down the road, and we have one over there.
Speaker,
Can we develop another?
Point of order. You must understand, Madam Speaker, that our population is growing. So we need more facilities for our people. So the more the merrier. The more multipurpose courts we have, the merrier, the better.
Mr. Land Policy.
Again, my good sir, we must use a land use plan to develop our land. If we don't use a plan, we will not be doing it to the best of our ability. I know you have problems with the issue of land use plans. For example, the wind farm that the land use plan said should go on top of the hill where the farmers are.
On the point of order, Madam Speaker, talking about the wind farm, These chaps put a wind farm right in those areas of prime agricultural land. As a matter of fact, I know they sell land up in the north at $25 US per square foot. I want to know how much you'll pay for land in my area, in the Dennery area. But we need to get this wind farm on the rocks, way at the back, not on this prime agricultural land. We need land for our farmers to produce food for food security.
Mr. Land Policy?
Food security, my people, is very important to St. Lucia. And land policy speaks to the issue of food security. However, I must stress the issue of planning and land use plans to develop our resources. We don't have the resources to develop land willy-nilly everywhere.
Madam Speaker, we need to be able to use more resources. You got to find the resources wherever they are. Find the resources.
Member of the East, the country don't have the finances right now to create any.
Madam Speaker, since when that is your rule?
When I'm speaking, you sit. Mr. Land Policy, do you have any closing remarks at this moment?
I would be pleased, Madam Speaker. Members of Parliament, members of the gallery, what I would like to stress is that if we need to preserve our future, we need to think of what we're going to do with our land. To add value to our land, we must use it well. If we don't use our land well, we will reduce the value of our land and therefore reduce the prosperity of ourselves now and the prosperity of future generations. So, what I would urge persons is to get to know our national land policy and also make sure that your neighbors, your friends, your family understand what is in it and support our national land policy for us to add value to our land and thus get a better future for ourselves and the next generation. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Land Policy. Thank you, Ministers of the House. We have now come to an end of our special sitting for September 2015. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as my final remarks, I would like to guide you that land is our most precious resource, and all human activity, tourism, agriculture, housing, sports, etc., must take place on land. The future of our nation depends on the appropriate use of our land resources. If we use our land well, we will add value to our land for the benefit of all. However, if we don't use our land and our land policy well, we will continue to degrade our land, and this will have negative impacts on our prosperity and also the prosperity of our future generations. So, again, I would like to guide you to read and absorb our national policy and encourage all St. Lucians to be familiar with our national land policy and integrate it into the way we use our land. Thank you very much.
St. Lucia, land of the West, land of breeze, my natives are blessed. Steams rising from the sea, and valleys spreading abundantly, majestic Peter's Alpha Springs, St. Lucia.